is super famous in Hollywood.
There's some old episodes of Saturday Night Live where Norm Macdonald
makes fun of that scene, and he even makes fun of that scene.
I think he would. I think he would make a better Burt Reynolds than Ashton Kutcher, and he was doing it as a parody, you know.
Right. So my point is fucking Ashton Kutcher. If it's his pitch, and the weird thing about this business is people that don't have a script, who just happen to be popular, can bring a concept to fruition. Here's
my idea. Go write it.
If I'm correct, Arnold Schwarzenegger, as soon as he left office, pitched the idea of Twins, the sequel. No director, no script, just a concept. Danny DeVito and then a third twin.
Let's make another twin.
and the third twin is Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
No director, no script, just a concept, and it was greenlit. So we can look forward to seeing that.
Can't wait to see that.
If you throw in Eddie Murphy, you kind of got my interest. But the simple fact that Hollywood says, okay, we'll do it with no backing, except it's just celebrities that are willing to do it. I mean, where's the storyline? Well, that doesn't matter. We'll work that out in the end.
And I get that too. You know, like in The Expendables, the first movie, The Expendables, there was a lot of talent there, but I didn't get the movie. You know what I mean? I really didn't.
Right. It's just names bringing people into the theater.
And another one, I think we talked about this the other day. We were talking about, what was that movie, Grown Ups? Was it Grown Ups? And they had all these big stars in it, you know. I can't remember every star, but they had some pretty big stars up in there, right? And that movie just totally, it just wasn't for me, man, you know. And I'm not gonna go on my rant because my soapbox isn't here today, so I can't go on my rant about Adam Sandler.
Well, let me finish mine.
Okay.
When it comes to Ashton Kutcher, like I'm saying, if it's his pitch to Hollywood to do this movie, fuck him. If it's somebody approaching him on it, I can kind of see him fitting that role. Burt Reynolds had that going for him. You take a look at his previous movies. He's kind of a tough guy, kind of a jock. You know, really smooth talking. Has that sexual charisma on screen. Put him in a fast car. You know, some cool chase scenes and some car action, and then of course Sally Field, a beautiful and a very skilled actress, and made herself sexy, next door neighbor type, but just turned herself into like a sexual bombshell on the scene.
What's the deal with him and Demi Moore? Are they back together? Or
that's my other point. If we haven't heard anything about their relationship, what the hell is he doing pitching that idea of, yeah, Demi Moore, she'll do this movie with me. Right. I am that much of a badass. I'm that. People want me so much. Of course she'll do it. You know, and then I'll let her direct a movie. You know, if it's Demi Moore, then by all means.
That's a hell of a way to get a woman back if that's your intent. I've seen crazier things happen. So.
When it comes to this business, there's no telling who's doing the hiring, who's got the idea. If it's her idea, God bless you, Demi. You're in for a lot of pain and misery, if you ask me. But go ahead, do your thing.
Just for the record, we love Demi Moore. G.I. Jane, motherfucker. That was a badass movie, bro.
That was a good movie.
That was the shit, dude. That movie reminded. She took Sigourney Weaver from like Aliens, you know, and just that's what she reminded me of, dude. She just took that shit like to the next level, dude. It's a fairly old movie, but oh, dude, she rocked it, dude.
One-arm push-ups never looked so sexy.
Yeah, she rocked that shit.
So
man.
I don't know. It all depends on who's behind this concept. I honestly think, just leave it alone, like you're saying, Marin. Just let it be what it is. It's going to be a cult.
Let Smokey stay the bandit.
It's a cult classic, as
it is
say,
a cult classic,
and it should stay that way. Some things just shouldn't be redone. That being one of them. But I don't know, if you put enough cool people back into it, the idea of Burt Reynolds doing a cameo kind of maybe turn around a little bit and think like they might pull something out of it. Jerry Reed's replacement, that might be the deciding factor if I even put any invest any interest in it.
I remember Jerry Reed on Scooby-Doo, dude. I remember Jerry Reed from Scooby-Doo. He would be out there.
Yeah. Playing the same character, wasn't he?
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, I'm so old. Anyway, that story comes to us from Showbiz Spy. Just so we know. Are we moving on?
Moving on.
This story here is a little more serious. Teenagers will do almost anything to get inebriated, even drinks hand sanitizer. Over the past several months, 6 Los Angeles teens were taken to the emergency room for treatment of alcohol poisoning after ingesting the cheap, easily accessible product. Hand sanitizer is made up of 62% ethyl alcohol and can make 120 proof liquid. Some of the teenagers reportedly added salt to the hand sanitizers, which separates the sanitizer from the alcohol and creates a shot of similar to hard liquor. All it takes is just a few swallows and you have a drunk teenager. Cyrus Rangan, Director of Toxicology Bureau for County of Health Department and Medical Toxicology Consultant for Children's Hospital Los Angeles, told the newspaper. That's a big fucking title, Cyrus. Director of Toxicology Bureau for the County Public Health Department of Medical Toxicology Consultant for Children's Hospital. On a serious note, you know what? Keep an eye on your kids, man. Love them and treat them like every day is their last, man. Because you never know when it's gonna, when their time has come. That's a very serious story for me because I have a 12-year-old, my son, and you guys have heard him on air. And so for me, that was once I read that story, I like immediately went and called my son out and I said a joke and I said, "Hey man, you been drinking any hand sanitizer?" And he was like, "What?" So I read him the story and he goes, "Yeah, Dad, I'm not that person." So anyway,
yeah, it's crazy. Kids are stepping up the game.
Yeah.
I don't get it. When I was growing up, I felt rebellious, stealing my dad's cigarettes and smoking them, and then dabbling in weed and then alcohol.
Yeah,
But when I went to rehab, I'm seeing these kids were the same age when I was experimenting, are stepping right up to OxyContin and heroin, and they're going to the gusto and with the sexting and the ability to sit and film a video on your phone and send it to somebody. It's
and this is how I know, not just this generation, but even the generation after my generation. I thought we were crazy, but when I saw X Games hit the scene, dude, I don't weep for the future, dude, but it's gonna become real extreme, dude, real extreme. And what I took as just a hobby, skateboarding and riding, man, these guys turned it into a conglomerate of a sport. You know what I mean? And they're doing tail whips and flips in their skateboard. They're dropping down like on 40-foot ramps, dude, and hitting these leaps. And I'm like, holy shit. So if they're willing to do that for the adrenaline and do it in a sober sense, imagine what they're doing. Like the first time I heard the expression of OxyContin, my stepson, he was like 19 at the time, and he asked me, he says, "Hey," this is when I was getting loaded, he says, "Hey, can you get me any OxyContin?" And my first reaction was, "Isn't that the stuff you stuff in the rockets? Like the Oxycontin?" That's what I thought it was at first, right? I'd never heard that term, dude, OxyContin. And he's like, "No, it's I'm like, "Well, no, I don't know about that shit, man," And but that's like you said, kids are going there. It's no longer, weed is no longer a gateway drug, dude. It's like, I think they're using weed after the fact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to come down. And I'm not promoting the use of marijuana. I'm not, in any way, shape, or form. But when I was getting loaded and I was getting high when I was younger, man, it was like real simple, homegrown, red hair, tie stick. If you got lucky, you got some hash or some honey oil, and you were good to go. You're get baked, you know what I mean? Nowadays, there's so many strains, dude, of weed, dude. It's just unridiculous, you know what I mean? this, and Kush this, and so it's just ridiculous. But the kids are gonna do what they want to do, and if you as a parent can't keep an eye on your kid well enough, and believe me, I know there's parents out there who are doing everything they can to keep their kid on the straight edge, and the kid still manages to get out there, and for that I'm sorry. There's kids will be kids. But for the most part, man, if you show them love and you show them care and you give them that little bit of attention that they need, you know what? My son's living proof that you know what? We're parents, and that's our job, And I say that to my son. I have to say it to him a couple times a month. Maybe he'll be like, "Well," he'll be bitching about something, And I tell him, "Hey, you know what? I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your father. It's my job to teach you what's necessary to where you get out there in that world, what's going to go down, and to be prepared for that. I'm not here to coddle you and everything's going to be okay, because that's not life, and so
and I'm here to judge and criticize your father as he goes through that process. You're doing a great job, Marin. JK.
So, anyway, that's my report. I hope you guys enjoyed the news. I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
And that will wrap it up for this week. My name is Wes Rodriguez for Marin Flores. Thank you for tuning in to Sink or Swim with Wes and M. What's your dream?